Hey, how you doing today? Right clicked on my video because, well, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do about your exhaust on your little generator. Well, I'm going to show you exactly just what I've got going on and what I found on Amazon and how I'm going to go about resolving this matter. Okay, so everyone's application is going to be different. Some people are just outside, some people this is for your RV, some people are going to be camping. I would say fewer people are going to use a generator similar to this that's going to be on a vessel. And my thing is, I don't want to strap it to the back of my vessel. If I strapped it to the back of my vessel, well, that would put it outside and that would give it the opportunity for it to get stolen. So without putting GPS on my generator, I actually looked online. Turns out they actually have an adapter kit. So this just bolts right up, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Now, every boat's going to be different, but what mine is it has a pull through, or not a seacock, but just a hole through, and you can see that the outside goes right out there. And I already took the boat for a ride, and water sloshes in here when I've got waves coming up. And so there's a factory muffler, and I'll show you what that looks like, and I'm going to try to put it back in, and I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to use this pipe and stick it in that muffler and go from there. Alright, you're probably thinking, why don't you stick that pipe in that hole, man, and call it good? Well, it doesn't really work that way, because if water was to come in this pipe and in my generator exhaust, well, that would ruin my generator. So, I have to use this guy. And it looks a little bit like that. See? Interesting, huh? See, as much as I wish this would work, I'm not going to do it. I just can't. It would screw up this generator from the waves coming in that hole so quick. I'm only about 5 inches right there above the water line, so you already know. If you have any boating experience, you realize, hey man, that's not a good idea. Correct, it's not. But again, most people that are going to be watching this video, they're not going to be using this generator for a boat. They're probably doing some kind of concession, or they're camping, more than likely. And you can see how it has that little upward right there, and as the waves are splashing in, they'll stop about right there or so. And then down there is going to be my outlet for my exhaust, and exhaust will go that way. There we are. Because of that angle, like that, water cannot get in. And even if it did get in, it's just going to rest at the bottom until it basically atomizes and turns back into evaporative stuff. My mind went blank. But anyways, just some hose clamps. This hose is factory. It's going to be rated to take a little bit of heat. And for my generator, I have an optional gas or liquid propane. I am choosing to use liquid propane. There are just pros and cons, and I don't ever want to put gas in here because it's just one more thing to sour up and gum up the carburetor over time. I'm turning out to be a pretty big fan of propane. So, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to put on this guy. Down there, it is something like that. Really easy to take off. So I just pop that off. Okay, so I just got it popped off. And there's the one little screen mesh. And then here's the other one. That looks like a thimble. Okay, so after piddling with this thing, I've come to the conclusion that this adapter will not fit these other two pieces. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the little gasket right there, the shiny piece that I'm nudging, in between this so that way it doesn't leak, right? That way it can expel the gases elsewhere. Now, this will actually be much quiet, very, very quiet, because of all this. So without the screen won't make a difference. But the thing is, you're probably looking at it going, well, dude, I don't have that. I'm just looking at that first metal piece that looks like that, man. What do I do now? Well, that's such a big tube, first of all, that it's going to dampen a lot of the noise. Now, if this was a narrow tube, it would make a lot more pop, 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 pop. Now, what you could do, there's different things you could do. You could just leave it as it is, run it, and see if you like it. And if you don't like it, you could just buy another screen-tied mesh filter, and they sell them on the internet, and adapt it on the tail end of this thing if it really bothers you and you quiet down that much more. So, but just for this video, I really wanted to punch on the adapter that you can put on these for any application. Okay, I'm not gonna kid you. See how that's sideways like that? I was like, uh-oh, I put that on wrong. Well, then I put my mouth on it, you know, because it's brand new. And I pushed on it, and it's holding
my air when I push on it. Then I did a light test to make sure it was seating correctly, and it's seating correctly. So that means that this will not leak. Yeah, it's crooked, but that's just the way it mounted. But aesthetics don't really matter. What matters is, well, the first thing is you don't get, carbon monoxide poisoning. So you need those gases to escape. Okay, so now I'm going to hook up my propane lead, and I don't think you need me to show you how to do that. That little silver round thing there, that is the actual regulator. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. Okay, and this is real easy. My size is a 1/2 inch. Put it on there, about like that, where it's going on the shoulder now. Don't want to push it on too far. Just like that, and then I'm going to tighten it down. Uh-oh, looks like I've got thrown another curveball. I'm going to have to find some kind of 45 to combine that onto this. I'm going to have to find something over that'll go inside this that can take a little bit of heat. Alright, so I'm going to do something like this, and I'm going to solder it together. And I'm going to go see if I can find some putty, some heat resistance cop putty. Oh yeah, guess get to make a long time. And there we go. I'm going to use that ultra copper. It's made to go on exhaust. Perfect. 700 degrees. Not a chance in hell it's going to get that hot. Yeah, so never mind my mess. I actually stopped by a local AutoZone and I found another one of these. So I'm going to try to piece it together, and I might end up taking some stuff back, but I'm going to cut through the chase and show you what it looks like at the end. Oh yeah! That there is qualified craftsmanship. Now, just because you saw it on the tube doesn't mean it's qualified or correct or nothing, Alright, so here we go. Starts there, makes a big loop right there, comes around that coupling, goes into that connector right there, through that tube right there, and I will have to verify that this does not get too hot. It should. Hose gets very, very big, exhaust very big. Should be very quiet coming out. It's down over there, through there, and through the wall it goes. Alright, there we go. See, I got that strapped down there using them rings. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Now I have the generator. Okay, there I go. Now I have the generator strapped down. Voila! It is beautiful! Okay, here we go. Gonna hit the fire button. There she goes. Woo! Nice and quiet. Real nice and quiet. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna see how it sounds going through all that. I'll keep an eye on the heat. So already it's lukewarm, but I'll keep watching it. Okay, here we are outside. Wow, it's purring. I'll take you to the exhaust if I don't drop my phone in the lake. And there it is. Extremely quiet. Just a purr. Just a purr. Wow. Fascinating. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. And I was back here. Die! Die! Okay. Back here, and I was moving some stuff around, and the exhaust burned me, so I wanted to see exactly how hot it is. 136 degrees. Yeah, right. It's hotter than that. There you go. 200. Yeah, it's hotter than that. Whatever. I don't know. For some reason, it's infrared thing's not really a... Yeah, I can't even rest my finger on it. That's over 200 degrees. But, so what I'm going to do, not part of this video because I feel like it's irrelevant, but I'm just going to get it basically strapped up in the air so it's not touching anything. And right now I'm down in the very bottom of the bilge area. So, but that way it's not touching anything else over there. And that's the original AC system, but that's irrelevant. Anyways, there's my connections I gotta make up, but I feel like this is the end of this video, and I hope you got something from it. Please like, subscribe. It's been a great deal of effort and time showing you what I did, so that way you can get along with your deal. Have a nice day. Yeah, subscribe.